It's that time again for another not-so-normal gaming podcast, featuring your hosts, MrTechnoSqueek.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Nostalgic Dan 1.
Everything I feel is in this sword. Good.
Come on!
And Quick Freeze 4.
Don't worry. I'll handle the bad guys.
This is a podcast you want to listen to, but first, you gotta press start. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Press Start Podcast. I am one of the co-hosts of the Press Start Podcast, Quick Freeze 4, and as always, I am joined with two wonderful co-hosts, one being our angry Sega guy, Mr. TechnoSqueek. How are you, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
Awesome. I'm happy to hear that, I really am.
Oh, that's good.
And our second co-host, probably the one that never really takes off his beanie, but loves RPGs. That's Mr. Nostalgic Dan. How are you?
Pretty good. You could just call me the Beanie RPG guy.
I like that name. I really do. And tonight, for our 50th episode, we are going to talk about video game soundtracks, and know who else to help us with that is Jason Heine, the EMUReview. How are you?
Ultra Combo!
Yeah. What up?
How are you, Jason?
I'm wonderful. And, you know, I'm honored to be here on the 50th episode. I didn't know you guys were at 50 already. It just seems like yesterday I remember you guys saying, you know what? I think we're going to start a podcast.
That's how it all starts.
That's right. It just feels like yesterday. So you guys, congratulations on 50 wonderful episodes. You guys are great. The show is awesome. It's evolved very nicely, and thanks for having me on. Great to be here.
Thanks for being on. So, why don't you tell people who may not know you, like who you are, what you do, and all that wonderful jazz.
Well, I'm Jason. I like long walks on the beach.
It's always long walks.
What beach? It's Arizona.
Yeah, well, I'm from the north. I'm from the Northwest, so I'm definitely familiar with a few of the beaches, but the water is very cold, so it doesn't count. No, my name's Jason. I host a show on YouTube called the Emulator Review, or the EMUReview for short. And I also co-host and produce a podcast called the All Gen Gamers. And what else is there to say? I mean, I love doing this sort of thing. It's my YouTube channel is kind of a variety show. It's a little bit of everything. You're going to get things from game reviews, console reviews, maybe some hardware in there. You're going to get some, some comedy, some knowledge. You're going to get just some random things, music related, maybe not even game related. I just started a new little segment called Hanging with Heine, where I just talk about random things and short and sweet little snippets, but it's fun. It's a hobby, like we all like to do, like even this podcast here. It's a hobby. It's fun to do, and I just like to spice it up and do fun things there. And on top of everything else, I'm a musician and love to do music. So that's also a very big part of my life as well. It's my career actually is involved with music. So that's pretty much it in a quick nutshell for everyone.
Nice.
And speaking of music, congratulations on getting your album funded on Kickstarter. It's really awesome.
Yeah, thank you, Dan. Yeah, appreciate that. It was it was my first time doing anything with Kickstarter, and I've been researching everything and watching all these Kickstarter things, and things are getting funded, and people are really coming out to support what they want to support. And I just thought, it feels like a good time to try it out and see where it goes. And it actually turned out to be a win-win for everyone. So I'm humbled by it. And I think it's fantastic. It's a great way for independent musicians and artists and content creators and everyone out there to achieve their goals and get to the next level, and whatever that may be. So it's a great thing, and I'm flattered and humbled by it, and everyone's going to get some really cool stuff, and I get to make physical copies of the album, which was the goal, the end goal there. So I appreciate that, Dan. Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's really great. So what is, you're a musician, so what's your, favorite style of music that you like to do?
That's tough. That's tough. See, because the thing is I do studio work, I do session work And for a lot of people who don't know what that is, I'm a drummer. That's my first instrument. And so I'll go into like a studio and I'll drum for people, and they'll hire me to drum for them. And you kind of have to be, well, you don't kind of, you really have to be, versatile with what you play, because sometimes, you're going to be like, hey, do a country song, hey, do a rock song, hey, do a pop, do a funk, do a this, do a that. So I don't say that I like one thing, because if I like one thing, that really just, well, that ties you down, you have to broaden your horizon. So I like all styles of music. Now, that doesn't answer your question. That doesn't give you the right answer you're looking for. So what I will say is what I prefer to play, and I love to play like pop, rock, hip-hop, and funk. That I'm a groove-oriented musician. And I'm kind of like a mood writer, so I'm really into that groove stuff. So, the 200, 300 beats per measure craziness, that's not me. I'm definitely a funk type groove player. So I would probably say that. Anything with a really great beat to it.
Nice, right on.
Yeah.
So, well, our topic tonight is going to be video game soundtrack. So, let's start with you. What's like your favorite video game soundtrack that you like to listen to?
Oh, yeah. I know you guys said, hey, let's talk about this sort of thing, and I've been... I know, there is. I've been brainstorming a lot about it, and, one... It's tough because I always go back to this game. There's something magical about Donkey Kong Country.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
There's something magical. I remember exactly where I was, the room I was in. I remember what the weather was doing outside. I remember like what we had for dinner that night. It's nuts. When that game came out and I went upstairs and I played that game, everything was just magical. My world was magical. Like, it even snowed that night. And I was born in Oregon, and we don't really see a lot of snow at the low levels. But it was, like, amazing. I could not believe it. I was playing the snow levels in Donkey Kong, and it was also snowing outside, something that I've always remembered. But I have to say that soundtrack is just perfect in my eyes. I just love it. Absolutely love it. It has everything from upbeat to even some funky stuff to the most melodic, beautiful, aquatic ambience. It's like, oh God, that is so good. Yeah. It's so good. I know. I could sit and listen to it over and over, and I think the album is timeless, and I just think that the music that they created, that Rare was doing in a lot of their games in the mid-90s, was just some of the best out there. So that would have to be my pick for probably one of my top. One of my, see that shit? One of my, I can't just say that's it, but that's one of them. It's fantastic. What about you guys?
Going with your Donkey Kong though, one of my favorite songs on that soundtrack is just the intro song, like right after the Rare logo.
Yeah.
Like, do-do-do-do-do-do. I love that jam.
And they break into it, just
right.
Like the beat comes in, and oh my God, I know. So good.
But to answer your question, my favorite soundtrack is Chrono Cross for the PlayStation 1.
Yes. A lot of
fantastic.
Goodness.
And I remember, like, when I had a PlayStation 2, I know it's a PlayStation 1 game, but I played it on my PlayStation 2. I remember grabbing a small tape handheld recorder and holding that thing up to the TV and recording one particular song, and that is Magical Dancers. And it's kind of like this, kind of like guitar rhythm game where it goes, wish I could play it right now, but it's like, it's so beautiful. But besides that song, the whole soundtrack is just simply amazing. It's beautiful, and it's one I can never get tired of listening to. So, what about you, Dan? What soundtracks do you like?
Oh my God, you're asking someone who plays so many JRPGs, RPGs, and let's face it, RPGs are really known for their music more than probably any other genre. I mean, you got so many masterful composers just putting in so much hard work and dedication into some of these soundtracks. But I'm going to take it back, and it's my first RPG, and there's something about combining these two worlds of like an RPG, Squaresoft's brilliance with making music back in the 16-bit era, and taking Super Mario and throwing those two together. You get this wonderful combination.
Oh, I think
Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars. And My god, so much memorable music, even if it was just like remixing like existing Mario themes and just give the Square Soft giving them so many memorable like catchy tunes, and still to this day, I think the final boss music in here is so underrated. No one ever talks about it, but the Smithy boss fight music is incredible. It's so like heavy and distorted, like it feels like it's clogging your ears and all that, but it's fitting for what's going on. So it's just a brilliant soundtrack for that game. I mean, what about you, Techno?
There's so many, because I love 16-bit music. Probably Sonic 3 and Knuckles, because, you know, Michael Jackson helped work on that soundtrack for Sonic 3. But, like, Super Nintendo, every time I hear the Secret of Mana opening, I get just chills down my
I
spine.
think a lot of people do.
Yeah, and even the intro to, I love the soundtrack to Super Metroid.
Oh yeah.
The intro to that.
Like creepy and atmosphere.
Yeah,
It's very
brilliant.
creepy, yeah.
So yeah,
Right
I
on.
have to say those.
And it's really, music is very different. If you go back to like the 8-bit era, I really appreciate what they're able to do on the 8-bit era, because you're talking about these musicians have such limited range of tools to work with. You know, there's so little they can do, but yet they produce some of the most memorable soundtracks, and still 25 years later we're still listening to memorable
Yeah, we're
songs.
still talking about them, you know? We're still going back there.
Whether it's from Mega Man, DuckTales, Moon Theme, you can't go wrong.
Oh, the Moon theme, yeah.
So classic.
I love the Mega Man 2 soundtrack.
Yep.
Like Wily's Castle Stage 1 and Metal Man's music, love it. Like, I don't know about you guys, what do you, like, your favorite 8-bit, 16-bit soundtracks and stuff, but those two are just simply amazing, DuckTales and Mega Man.
I really like Top Man's theme.
From Mega Man 3?
Yeah.
I actually like Flashman, Mega Man 2.
Oh yeah.
We're all singing it. Yeah. Yeah, it's a jam, dude. Seriously.
The opening theme of Mega Man 2?
Yeah.
Like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
It's seriously, I know everyone uses this so loosely now, but when that game came out and that whole intro and that long drawn out melodic intro,
Yeah.
it's like this like orchestra. I just got chills again thinking about it. And then it gets to the top and it's like, I'm like, oh my god, this shit is epic. You know, I'm like sitting there in like 90s like, this is epic, you know? Amazing. So yeah, I agree with you there.
And then of course, you got the original Legend of Zelda song. You know, right when it's like right when you start the game.
It's so good.
You
It's so
can't
good.
beat it, yeah.
Classic. It's a staple now.
Yeah, I love that. I love those tunes. You know, I love all that stuff, and it's like, I love that stuff so much that I even do some remixes of it. I don't know if you guys heard some of it before, but you know, I do some remixes of it because it's just some of it's so good. I love doing it. You know, like and actually, I'm working on a remix album that's gonna be later on down the road. I'm putting it all together, but it's gonna be like my own renditions of some of my favorite, you know, video game music, not just from 8-bit, but from all across the platforms. And you know, like that's going to be one of them. You know, the Flashman on Mega Man 2, and you know, I did a Metal Storm remix. Yeah. I mean, that song is it's so great, and it's just like, it's like crying for what I did to it. I think, and I just love it. Yeah, but that's good stuff. There's so much good music out there. You know.
Nice. I mean, speaking of music, what are like some more? What do you think are some of the more memorable songs of like this modern generation that you think like years down the road we're still gonna be listening to?
Oh, that is so hard to predict.
You know what? I've been saying this to people who've been playing the Final Fantasy Theater Rhythm game, and 1,000 Words from Final Fantasy X2 or 10-2, whatever you want to call it. I love it. It's kind of like the slow symphony kind of song, but then it has like this pop rock kind of beat to it. Do you guys remember the song, or even know what I'm talking about?
I didn't play all the way through it.
It's this great song. It's like 1,000 words. I wish I could sing the rest of it.
Go for it. You can do it.
I do. all it really takes is just those 2 words, like 1,000 words, and I'm like already into it, dude. I wish I could just remember it right now, but you guys never listen to it though? Oh, you guys gotta listen to that song. Like, go download the soundtrack somehow. BitTorrent it.
How dare you?
I don't know, what about you guys? Like, memorable songs that you can remember today?
Well, I know one for me is a fantastic intro theme. Nate's theme for Uncharted 2. That just gets you, like, talk about a theme that gets you pumped up to play a game. Like, it's just so catchy, and the swell towards the end of it is just amazing. Man, it's a beautiful song. And some of the Xenoblade music, I played through all the way through Xenoblade music, and I would say it's probably got one of the more memorable ending themes for any RPG for this generation. It's called Beyond the Sky, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Like, it almost moved me to tears. Like, oh, and then with the ending, the powerful ending that's going on in the game, it was really beautiful. But it's so hard. I like Lost Odyssey too, because Lost Odyssey has like that kind of classic vibe going for it. Like, everything about it feels like a classic RPG, and there's a lot of memorable songs in that as well.
When it comes to the more modern stuff, I'm really into kind of the quick hit arcadey type stuff. I don't jump too far into the RPGs and fantasy type games, but yeah, that's tough. And of course, when you play arcade type games, nothing is memorable in those other than the gameplay, of what you're doing. So when it comes to like the modern stuff, I really don't. I'm trying to think of it now. I don't even have anything that stands out. To be honest with you, that's fucked.
I'd have to go with the theme, the opening theme to Halo 3, because I am a huge piano fan, and they played the actual Halo theme song on piano instead of guitar or anything like that.
Yeah, that's a great one. Do you like that song that finished the fight, like da 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 da?
Yeah.
That's one I like on that soundtrack a lot. Kind of gets you into like this fighting mood.
Yeah.
But another one I was just thought of is the entire Super Mario Galaxy theme soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
It's like this spacey, magical, just rhythm to it. I just love it. You guys ever played that game?
No, actually.
Yeah, I have. It's very good.
It's
that.
I'd have to say it's better than 64, but see that I'm gonna explain myself because I didn't grow up with Mario 64, so I didn't play it that much. So that's why I like Mario Galaxy.
Did you guys ever play Bastion?
Yes.
I still need to play that.
Do you remember the soundtrack to that on Techno? It's kind of like this, Western
banjo type.
Yeah, hillbilly Western style.
Yeah, it fit the game pretty well.
It definitely did. I got that soundtrack, and it's one of my favorites.
Well, I know for me, I don't think it's going to be memorable, but I think it's a game worth checking out if you like sound design in a game, because it does it incredibly well. And it's actually an indie game, so it's Sword and Sorcery by Super Brothers, by Jim Guthrie. He composed some absolutely beautiful music, but just how good it is the game tells you multiple times to play the game with high quality headphones on, and the music is incredible, and the sound effects are breathtaking. Like, it is a masterpiece of like sound engineering. Like the tiniest little details of like sheathing your sword and all that, everything's just brilliant, and I think that's gonna go very underrated. So just a pretty art style too. It's got a really pretty abstract art style going for it.
Yeah, I totally forgot Ys. Every Ys game
know, there's a lot of memorable songs for these series.
Yeah. Great.
So you liked Chrono Cross
I did.
soundtrack? Did you like? Then you had to have enjoyed Chrono Trigger's soundtrack, right?
I have Chrono Trigger, but it's not really that rememberable to me.
How dare you?
The intro theme is incredible. I like the intro theme.
I do like it, but I like the Chrono Cross soundtrack a whole lot more.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, it's like I said, it's the soundtrack that made me get off my couch, get a recording device, and hold it up to my TV. I've never done that to a soundtrack before, or to a game,
true.
so I've nothing against the Chrono Trigger soundtrack.
No, sure, whatever.
I have it. It's like a 3-disc soundtrack. So
He hates Chrono Trigger.
He does. How dare him? How
I hate it. Fine, I
How
hate
dare
it.
you?
How dare him?
No, the intro theme for Chrono Trigger is really good. That's a very memorable one. So many. What else? What about Earthbound? I mean, Earthbound was something unique because it necessarily wasn't, you know, kind of typical music that you would expect from like RPG or whatever. It combined all sorts of different genres from like techno to pop to jazz, and that was just like so many unique songs on it.
The intro theme to any Dragon Quest game.
You guys ever play the Nier? That's another beautiful soundtrack.
I didn't play that game.
Oh, you gotta go to like Gamestop or whatever, pick it up. It's like $10 and just play the game and just listen to the soundtrack. It's like another great soundtrack. I need to pick it up. But you guys ever listen to like symphony orchestra that play video game music? Like one I'm thinking is the Video Games Live or the Distant Worlds. You guys ever listen to any of those?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like which ones do you guys listen to?
I know Distant Worlds for the Final Fantasy series is some really beautiful stuff.
I listened to I never went to one, but I listened to them on YouTube, which is it's not really the true way to listen to it, because I've always wanted to go to one of those, and I just listened to it, Metal Gear Solid, Sonic, just random ones, and they're pretty good.
Oh, well, I was just gonna make a comment. I was just thinking about it. We're talking about modern soundtracks, talking about old school soundtracks, and it's crazy because I always go back to the old school. Like I just go back to a time when all this was new, and I think that's the reason why so many of these are memorable, you guys. Is because this was all being born at that time. All this music was new, and the technology was new, but advancing so quickly with the bit wars and all this sort of thing. But the music was so good, and I think it was because there was nothing else out there like it. That it was new, and it really made an impression on all of us. So, like, even in today's world, when you think about it, I mean, games today, the budgets on them are sometimes even more than a Hollywood, blockbuster movie.
That's true.
So, what goes into these games between the actors and the voice actors and the sound design and everything else, and not to even include just the game itself, I mean, it's like you're watching a movie. So I feel like all these games are like over the top and just amazing. I mean, they're incredible. Here we are only, 20, 25 years later. We were just playing little 8-bit Mario jumping around, and it just blows my mind, really, you guys, when you think about how far video games and video game music. I mean, now they have full-ass orchestras scoring these things. Yeah. I mean, and they have been doing that for years. I mean, even back in like PS1 days, and even in like the 64 days in the mid-90s, they were still doing it. Yes, granted, it was pretty, some of it was lo-fi and the quality wasn't, at CD quality, but they were moving that direction, and they do that now. It's incredible how far everything has come. But not to get too far off topic, I still have that little special spot, for the 8-bit and the 16-bit songs, and not the how limited they were, but just the resources weren't as great as they were today, and they did a fantastic job with some of this music. And I think that's kind of the reason why we all love to listen to this old music, or even the whole chiptune 8-bit is coming back with people doing that, because it was just so good and memorable. And I don't know, this has been a counseling one-on-one session with Mr. Heine here.
That's beautiful.
Sorry to go crazy on you there, but it's true though. Wouldn't you guys agree?
No, I totally agree.
Yeah, especially me as an artist, a different form of artist. I can really appreciate what they did, because it's like giving an artist some tools, but you're limiting what they can actually use. So it's like, I'll give you a painter, just like red and blue, and that's it, do something. And in the same way, these artists with music were kind of just handed the same tools, and it's like, okay, you can do this, you can fit this size of music on here, file sizes, all this, the amount of tracks you have, and yet they did some really memorable stuff. And the same thing is, a lot of the songs I find myself going back to are songs from my childhood, and just like the Super Nintendo era, and that's pretty much why it's just so memorable.
It's just amazing, too, like, what they could do with that limited stuff, too.
Yeah.
Like,
Just think...
Oh, no, I'm sorry, Squeak. Go ahead, buddy.
Just think about, like, Game Boy and, like, Pokemon.
Oh, God, Pokemon?
Yeah, the music in that is amazing.
That Lavender Town, man. No, it's something else. I'm not even kidding. I heard, like, funny story about that. I heard in Japan there was, like, complaints with, like, headaches from, kids playing Pokemon.
That's too...
But it's fake because...
yeah, it's fake.
But in some ways it is true, but it's fake because you have to play with headphones. But if you actually do play with headphones, with like the original Pokemon Blue, it's meant to make you feel uncomfortable, and if you listen to it for an extended amount of time, it would make your head hurt, because the Japanese version uses like a certain frequency that just did that, and then apparently in the American version they changed it a little. And if you remember in Silver and Gold, actually Lavender Town, the music was completely different. They got rid of that music. That was creepy music, man.
I love my Pokemans.
That scared the hell out of me.
I love the battle theme. The battle theme in Pokemon is so awesome.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I love it when you fight like your rival. It's some good shit.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh my god, I absolutely love it. But you guys, we have a whole bunch of like music questions if you guys want to get into those.
Yeah, let's get into that. So we got
I think that'll be kind of fun. Yeah, they're all music soundtrack related, so...
The time! Who's got the time?
It's, question time!
Let's see, our first question is from Blake from Blake's Game Room. He asks, what is your favorite JRPG soundtrack?
Come back to me later.
Gods of Arcadia.
I think I've already answered mine. Mine's Chrono Cross.
I'm a big fan of the Persona series, like Cheese, Shoji Meguro. He has an interesting composing style, all that jazzy, J-pop kind of style. It's really unique and catchy. But Tales of Vesperia has incredible music. There's so many. It's hard to name. I don't think I could pick a favorite, honestly. I could just sit here for like hours just naming a lot. Those are a few to digest, I guess.
I don't play a lot of JRPGs, but so I'll just say RPG for me. And it's definitely Chrono Trigger, without a doubt.
No, definitely.
Yeah, that's the game that got me into, role-playing games. As a person who that was really, I think, actually the first RPG I ever played.
What a great.
And I was like, holy crap! I'm like, oh, well, I mean, I played Zelda and stuff, which, I mean, I don't know if you consider that, more or less kind of just fantasy, but, the whole RPG, battle, and you have all your different leveling system and all that sort of thing. It was new to me, and I thought, wow, holy shit, this is amazing. But the music was incredible, and that's what got me into it. So that's my answer.
The next question is from Bracy Retro Snow. He asks, what is the best video game song to make love to?
I saw that. Oh, God.
I don't have a serious answer to this one.
I'm trying to think of like really smooth, kind of, just like R&B style. No idea. Telling you.
Depends on what kind of love making you're into.
I know, you want it aggressive or slow or whatever. You know?
Uh-huh.
Depends. Oh man. I say the Persona music, there's a lot of just slow, kind of jazzy songs in there. Nice beats too.
Oh, that is so difficult.
Yeah, that is hard. You know what, I'm gonna go with some like Final Fantasy type of music.
Oh yeah.
I'll pop in the Distant World soundtrack. Let that play.
You know, there's this little like in Donkey Kong Country 2, there is a disco song on the train level. I would have to be getting it onto that one.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are stunned. You're like speechless. This guy's out of control. That's damn right.
I'm laughing so hard I'm not making any noise.
Damn right.
I'm gonna have to go with Ease.
Something gets the girls in the mood like some Ease music. I'm sure Johnny would be proud. That'd probably be his answer too.
It's very wise of you, man.
Ooh, see what you did there.
Ha ha ha.
Alright, let's see. Next question's from Tempest Uchiha, and he asks, the PSP crew is planning a bank heist. Now he has two questions. What type of music do you want to play in the background while planning the heist? And the second question is, what type of music do you want playing during the heist?
Okay. Well, if we're planning something, we need something like epic to get us like pumped up to do our mission. So,
You know what, I'm gonna go with the Halo finish the fight music, as I already mentioned.
okay, we'll go with that. What about while we're executing the job?
You know, I'll go with another previous one. I'll go with the Pokemon battle theme.
I would go with so I don't I had to think about probably like I would probably pick a theme from like a modern game, like a modern action game. You know, I don't know, something scored from like, you know, the Modern Warfare or Battlefield franchise. So, something kind of, you know, action epic like that for planning. There's some really cool some of the music's really good in between like loading the levels. In between there's some really cool stuff that I'd probably pick. I don't have an exact name for it. But then I do, if you were to pull off the heist, in my mind, I would definitely go with, it's from Killer Instinct and it's Cinder's level.
Oh yeah.
I would go with that for sure. It's just crazy fast, heavy guitars. Oh yeah. Gets me in a mood, man. Let's fucking rob something. Let's do it. Let's break these bitches. Break them. Let's do it.
Going down there. Let's see. He has a last question, which is not really music related. He asks, during this bank heist, who would be the wheelman, the lookout, and the muscle?
God.
Techno's a muscle. 'Cause, man,
Yeah,
we all know that.
Techno's the muscle.
I'm not a good driver, so I'd be the lookout.
I'll drive. I love driving.
There you go, Jason. We'll be the driver, getaway driver.
Alright, I'll be lookout with Dan. So, but let's see. Next question's from Eric, and he has, what is your thoughts on chip tunes compared with today's scores?
Kind of, in a way, kind of answered that, sort of.
Yeah, we talked
earlier.
about that a little.
Talked about it, yeah.
It's just the fact
I don't know what you
that-
think.
It's just the fact that the old ones are so memorable, but I don't know.
I find chip music or chip tunes like so upbeat, fast, and like lively. Or I see today's scores are more like soothing, you know, relaxy, easygoing. That's probably the best way I can compare the two.
It's just a distinct style too. Like it's a style that's very unique for that genre, for that time period.
What about you, Techno?
I can't really, like, I can listen to a bunch of chip tunes, but I can only listen to, like, modern game music, like, in the game sometimes, unless it's, like, really good. Like, I don't know, like Solo to Robo and some others.
Yeah, I
Two
mean,
completely different worlds, I think. Both fantastic.
Let's see, the next question is from Jason Hayes, and he says, what's the most epic start-of-game soundtrack you have heard that got you really pumped to play a game? His would be Metal Gear Solid 2 and the Uncharted games.
I agree with Uncharted. It's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, you know what, mine would have to be the opening songs to Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 2. The Simple and Clean and Passion. Those are the song names. Every time I hear those, I just want to play Kingdom Hearts. And they use those for every single Kingdom Hearts game.
Yeah. I'd have to say Metal Gear Solid 2 and Killer Instinct.
Definitely, man. Definitely. I'm so with you on that. The intro and the theme song,
the
Killer
intro
Instinct,
just is crazy.
Bum. It's so good. God damn it. So,
let's see. Alright, next one's from NeoJake9999 Gamer. And he says, my question for you guys, do you feel the role of music in games has changed over the years? Back in the 8-bit, 16-bit days, the tunes were very catchy, but nowadays the music seems to be ambient background stuff.
I would agree. I mean, like I said before, it's because they're like movies, and we're able to set the mood or put the ambient sounds or have the sound design kind of do some of the work. Where earlier games, 16-bit, it was like, here's music for the level, then here's the song for the boss when you go through the door, and then you go on to the next level. You know what I mean? That's basically what it is. Where in today's world, it's like, he sneaks into the basement. Cue the music. Okay, there it is. Ooh, you know what I mean? It's like it's a production.
Yeah.
It's such a production. So, yeah, I mean, I absolutely agree. I think it's changed completely. Night and day difference.
I also think like the absence of music makes the game
can be
too
just
like
as powerful.
Yeah.
like a perfect example is Slender. Like that hardly has no music at all, and all it is like sounds if you walking on leaves or branches and stuff. There's no music in that game whatsoever that I can remember, and it makes the game, the fact that there's no music in that game.
It's just eerie.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Limbo when I played that. Because you just have like the natural sound effects of what's going on. It's very ambient. It's dark. And there's like no music whatsoever. But definitely times have changed. More of today's more production value, high budgets, a lot of work going into soundtracks among a lot of other stuff. Which is still just as beautiful, but the older days just so memorable.
Let's see. Next question is from Play Lives, and he says, what is the most out-of-place track in any game for you? His would have to be the credits roll in Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
That is a really hard question.
Yeah.
Most out-of-place.
Very hard.
I mean, you gotta think. I mean, that really requires you to go back and think.
Yeah.
What was the most screwed up?
Oh, I know. Final Fantasy 13 2. That whole soundtrack is weird. Because
Just all day.
No. Like, because it'll go from, like, peaceful music, and then it has, like, upbeat, R&B and stuff, and then one track will be, like, all rap, and it's all, like, disco and stuff, like, and there's some dance tracks in there, too, so it's, like, it's all over the place. It's not something you would think a Final Fantasy game would have.
It's hard to answer. Can't really think of it.
Yeah, I can't even think of anything.
Now,
Stump us.
well, we can come back to it if you guys want. But let's see, next question's from Space Pirate, and he asks a couple questions, actually. He says, what soundtrack or specific piece of music would you say holds a special place in your heart, and for what reason a soundtrack you listen to makes you think of that one summer where you shot your first BB gun?
Wait, what the fuck?
I don't know. Alright, I think the main thing of his question is, what piece of music holds a special place in your heart? I don't know what the BB gun thing was.
That must be his special moment.
Yeah.
He
I
has
guess,
to
yeah.
share. You know, that's cool. That's cool.
I guess.
Yeah, he's listening to some smooth shit and shot a BB gun, you know?
Listening to some Duck Hunt or something.
Yeah. Ruh.
I think I've already answered this for me. I think it's the Chrono Cross again. Because I just remember grabbing that tape recorder and recording it. I've never done that to any soundtrack before.
Yeah, I know we keep coming back to it.
Yeah.
And I know that some of these answers are the same, but it's because they were so memorable to us at that time, and they made such a mark. Like I said before, the whole story of Here I Am Again, Donkey Kong Country. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I remember where I was and what I was doing, and you know, all that. I mean, it's just, and what's the best one? You know, I can't put a finger on it. They're all really good, but some of the snow levels I think were just amazing. You know, like I just felt like I was in this ice, you know, crystal chest. You know, that was just so amazing. But that really holds a special spot in my heart. That and the arcade of Killer Instinct, really. Again, not to beat a dead horse or anything, but man, walking past that arcade and the fucking guitars were just blaring, and that game was always turned up to 10. You know, they always had that thing just blaring, and it was like the most amazing thing I'd ever heard. So that really stands out, and I love it.
I got two. I got Donkey Kong Country 2, because I will always remember just the first level, like going into that little cabin and getting that free 1-up or whatever balloon, and reading that little note that King K. Rool leaves you, you know, ha ha ha, I got Donkey Kong. And I just remember the music and Sticker Brush Symphony.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And the other one is the Sega Genesis version of Mortal Kombat 2.
Oh, so you prefer the Genesis music?
Well, I played the Genesis version first, and then I played the arcade. So I kind of remember the Genesis music a little bit more, but, you know, I do have the arcade machine, so I do know about the, you know, it just like the Genesis version, you know, it sounded more bassy and it sounded a lot more darker.
Yeah, more gritty, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like both. I like both the arcade and Genesis versions.
I think for me, I have two that come to mind. And for one is the intro theme for Super Mario World. It's so catchy, and just a lot of that music in there is so memorable and so catchy. And for the other one is the little whistle tune that Princess Peach is singing at the beginning of Super Mario RPG. That doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. Yeah, so, I remember the first time I played that. It was my first RPG. Playing down my little 13-inch tube TV and all that. And it's like the smallest thing possible, but it was just so catchy. I remember that fondly.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay, well, the next question is, what is the worst video game soundtrack you've listened to?
God.
It's hard to say, and I feel bad kind of bashing.
Let's see. You know, I wouldn't say worst, but these are just soundtracks that, like, are kind of, I don't know, boring, I guess. I'm not really interested in listening to all the time. I get, like, the Batman Arkham City soundtrack, which I just find okay.
Yeah, because, you know, you want to remember what you want to remember. You want to remember the good stuff. So it's really hard to, like, remember it, because I probably would have forgotten whatever I hated by now, because I'm like, I don't want to listen to that again. But.
You know, it's really, really difficult to answer, but one that stands out to me, actually, it must be a theme tonight. It's not Donkey Kong Country. It's
Oh
not.
my god.
It's not. No, but it is on Donkey Kong 64. Do you guys know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There's one song on there, and it's right at the beginning. There's your clue.
Oh,
it is
Donkey Kong rap?
Yeah, dude, I can't stand it. It's this donkey rap. What the fuck, man?
Donkeys, and I do like that.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I'll give it to you. That's cool.
It's one of those so bad that it's good.
It's so bad, it's good.
Yeah, there you go. It's so bad that it's good. I remember playing it for the first time, thinking to myself, even in the 90s, I'm going, this is awkward. I feel really awkward. I felt strange. Like if I played that by myself, I'd laugh and I would listen to the whole thing. You know, I'd like look around, make sure no one's looking, and then I just listen to it. And it's like 10 minutes long. Oh my god, it's like
it's on Melee too. Super
Yeah.
Smash Melee.
But man, if you had friends around,
Yeah.
and you put that game in, you were mashing that start button as quick as you could. Like, please skip this. I don't want my friends to hear this shit. You know what I mean? But it was crazy. Yeah. So I would have to say that. Really good. It's so bad it's good.
Oh damn well, he's finally back to kick some tail.
Oh my god, he knows the word. I'm sitting in my chair. Right now, I'm sitting in my chair, headshot. Like I just shot myself. Good stuff.
Did you answer, Dan?
No, like I said, I can't really think of anything. I remember what I want to remember. If I hated something, I just forget about it.
Alright, next question is, what video game related band would you say is your favorite? He gives an example as Video Game Orchestra, the Mini Bosses, or Proto Man.
I don't know if they're like a video game band, but I'm really fond of Starship Amazing.
Oh, yeah.
They're chiptune artists, you know, Happy Video Game Nerd, Low Fat Jello.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're really good. I think I remember him saying, or somewhere he wrote it, it's like a lot of the sound effects he uses is actually from the Mega Man NES games, because he's a big fan of the Mega Man NES games. They're really good.
I like the Megas.
You know what? I love the Megas, so I'm going with you, Megas.
I'm trying to remember their name. I don't remember their name. There's some really great, you know, chiptune 8-bit bands out there, and I've listened to a lot of it, but I don't. Like, I have, like, these mixes with just all kinds of stuff in it, and I don't remember the names of these bands.
Is one of them, like, Anamanaguchi?
It doesn't sound familiar.
No? Okay.
It's a really popular one, though. I'm surprised. I can't remember it.
That's one I listened to a few times. Anamanaguchi.
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head.
But that's what you like, though, is the chip.
Yeah, I do. I do like some of that. It's really cool. You know, a lot of these guys are actually writing the music, you know, on the hardware.
Yeah, on
you know, like
Game
on
Boys.
Game Boys and stuff. That is just so cool. So cool.
Yeah. But, see, our last question is from Phantom Jess, and she asked, which video game song do you hum to yourself the most? Also, if you can make your own video game soundtrack, what would it be like? You know, I always hum the Legend of Zelda theme. All the time.
It's a good one.
I'm gonna be humming that damn DK rap for now. Because I got that stuck in my head.
Donkey rap. Sorry.
Well, the Super Mario World theme for me, it's just so catchy.
One that always gets stuck in my head that I hum all the time is another. No, actually, we didn't even bring this up. This is also a really great soundtrack, but F-Zero, Big Blue.
Oh yeah.
I love Big Blue. I hum that all the time. Sometimes I'll wake up in the morning and I'll just have it stuck in my head. I'll get out of bed and be like, dun, ga-da, dun, ga-da. I'll be like, I gotta get in the shower. This is crazy. I'm in the shower just like dancing. Yeah. Big Blue, baby.
And what kind of video game soundtrack would you make? I don't know. Mine would be fast-paced, upbeat.
Yeah.
I think for me it'd be a little more like RPG style, so a little more like orchestral and composed, you know, that has some beautiful pieces.
Dude, you know what's a good one? Like, all the Road Rash ones on Sega Genesis. I love that music.
It is good. Good, very good.
And Vector Man, Ocean.
Mm.
Like, it's the third stage, I think, in the first game. It's great. Great theme.
That is good. Yeah, I forgot about Vector Man. Yeah, good stuff in there. Well, I think for me, I'm going to have to do a shameless plug.
Conquest.
Conquest?
I had the opportunity to compose one for an indie game called Conquest, yes. And I had a lot of fun doing that. And so, yeah, that was cool. That was good and fun. But I would really... See, the thing is, it's not like what I would want to write. It would be, what does the game call for?
Yeah.
And that's how you go about it. So, you know, you would work with whoever and then see the level design or, you know, what's the mood of the game or the level, and then go from there. And so when I do something like that, or if or when in the future I do some more, I would want something with a little bit of variety, a little bit of everything. I would want some really cool, melodic, you know, smooth, you know, emotional parts. I want some upbeat. I want some, you know, fighting music. Just a little bit of everything to keep it really diverse instead of just one thing. But that's me. That's what I would want to do. I would want a little bit of everything, like a Happy Meal. It's got a little bit of everything in it.
Like a Happy Meal.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Sounds great. But that's all our questions, guys. So thank you for everyone who asked a question, because that's a lot of questions we had
Yeah,
today.
good stuff. We know all the friends out there, all those guys.
Yeah, so, yeah, we really appreciate all those questions, so, all right, well.
No, but I appreciate it, you know, appreciate having me on, and you guys are great, love the show, you know, keep going, keep at it, and had some really good talk here, good stuff, you guys.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I like the soundtrack talk, that was great, so. Well, yeah, Blake, thank you for being on. We really appreciate it, even though it was very short notice, too.
Yeah, it's all good, you know. I know, you know, we've been trying to do it for a while, and, you know, you wrote me, and it just worked out that, I mean, I right home from work, sat down in the chair, I wet myself. I haven't gone to the bathroom yet, but no big deal. That's how much I love you guys, so.
Oh.
No, it's good times. I appreciate it.
Thanks for being on, man.
Yeah, thanks for being on, Jason.
No doubt.
Yep.
You guys have a great one.
Bye.
Take it easy.
Bye.
It is that time of the podcast where we're going to talk about some recent happenings.
News!
Oh, God. Fuck me.
Some news!
He's excited. He's excited.
Oh, you must have some
because
good
I
news,
don't
then.
have any.
Exactly.
Okay, well, yeah, Techno, go first, man. What news do you have?
I got okay. Well, I'm awesome. That's my news story.
That is the stupidest news I've ever heard. No, seriously, man. What news do you have?
I got nothing.
What? You were all excited and you got nothing?
Yeah, I got nothing.
Man, Techno is such a slacker.
Oh my god. This happens all the time, Techno. Come on. Make something up.
Oh,
That's just what Techno's
damn
in
it.
PAX.
Yeah, I'm going to PAX, son!
There you go. Talk about PAX.
Woo!
Talk about
Yeah.
PAX.
Okay,
Perfect opportunity.
want me to start?
Yeah.
You can
We're
start
telling
off now.
go, start.
Okay. Well, it's that time again, not for questions, but for
Oh.
news. And I only got one news story, and that is, I'm going to PAX, bitches. Yeah, so if you see me walking around, you know, doing my thing,
Break his kneecaps.
thing.
Go up to him and break his kneecaps.
No, don't break my kneecaps.
The Mountain
please.
Dew cup.
No, please. Just come and say hello, and then I'll say hello, and then we'll strike a conversation.
And it'll be very awkward.
And it will be very awkward. And then there will be explosions everywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You need to download like a sound effect of like explosions and just whenever you meet someone play it.
Yeah. On my phone.
Play it on your phone, just walk around with it.
That'd be amazing.
Yes.
But yeah, there you go.
Very nice. So, I'm going to go with Nostalgic Damn One.
Mm.
Where are your news stories?
Okay, so, well, you know what time it is? It's
More
time
news?
Time for Nostalgic Dan's news. And I have one news article technically, and the other two are just basically some limited editions that got announced recently. Now, the first one is Persona 4 Golden Premium Edition. So it's called the Gold Edition or whatever. Yeah, Solid Gold Edition. And this is a special bundle for the upcoming PS Vita game, Persona 4 the Golden. And what you get is, for $69.99, you're going to get a Hori face cover for your PS Vita, some stickers, a Hori like hand pouch where you can put your Vita in, and the like screen overlay that you might have seen before that came with, I think, pre-orders for Japanese copies. It's that exact same one, so it comes with that in this like nice little box. So very interesting. I'm actually not too interested because I'm like, it's more of an accessory set than anything else, but I would prefer like artwork and stuff. But Hori is a good company, so you know those, like the pouch and the case is going to be really high quality. And they look nice actually. So that's good that they're doing that. And an FYI, only 10,000 were made, so try and get that soon if you want it. They specifically said only 10,000 made. So. And our next news, or next limited edition that was kind of announced, is for another PS Vita game, and that's Ragnarok Odyssey. Xseed came out and recently announced the Mercenary Edition, and it comes with a soundtrack CD, an art/strategy book, and some cards, like 10 cards that I guess they're called monster cards, and I guess monster cards are used in the game, so like they're cards that exist in the game, so that's pretty cool. And that all comes nicely packaged in a box. Yeah, so it looks really pretty if you're interested in Ragnarok Odyssey. I mean, honestly, these were two Vita games that if I ever got a Vita, I definitely want. So, and great companies, of course, doing some of the first PS Vita sets, so Xseed and Atlas, bravo. And final news article, upcoming game. I've been dying to play this game. I want it so bad. Tokyo Jungle will cost $15 when it's released next month. Yes, it is coming soon, and that kind of came out of nowhere. But if you don't know what Tokyo Jungle is, it came out in Japan for the PS3, Sony exclusive, obviously. And it came out at full price, like $60. But it's this, kind of survival Animal Kingdom game. You play as all kinds of different critters, from everything from deadly Pomeranians to, just alligators and robot dogs and businessmen, and it's over the top as all hell. You have like different paths. You can be like a carnivore and eat people or eat other animals, or you can go the herbivore route. You can go the herbivore route and be like a cow, which has to eat like all the grass and stuff like that. But the big deal is, that was a full price game at like $60 for Japan. We're getting that same game, but it's going to be a downloadable only for PSN network, and it's going to cost $15 when it's released in September. And Sony actually came out with a new trailer, so I'm sure you can look that up. It shows it off for America, so I cannot wait for that.
It actually sounds pretty good.
Yes, I think there's a lot of DLC for the game, which, it's known to have a lot of DLC because of Japan and all that, a lot of interesting stuff, but the DLC ranges from anything from like 50 cents to $1, and they're usually like different, creatures to play as, so my only thing is, I hope they don't censor it in any way, because, America, we like to censor certain stuff, so. But from the trailer, it looks like everything like the same Japanese game, the mating looks the same, where they're mounting each other and stuff like that, and, just the carnivorism. The carnivorism of like all the blood and gore, and when you eat like a creature, it turns into bones and all that. So I cannot wait. It's Evo to search for Eden all over again. Oh, but my thing is, like, I know the Japanese version didn't have like any online multiplayer. Oh, this would be an amazing game to have like co-op multiplayer, online co-op to play with a buddy and just pick a creature and run through trying to survive for as long as you can. That would be amazing, but I don't think they're going to add that. They haven't said anything about that. But still, you're talking a game that costs $60 in Japan. It's going to come out here pretty much the same looking game for $15. Only drawback, no physical copy, and I actually like the artwork for the Japanese copy. It just shows like the Pomeranian dog in the middle of like downtown Tokyo. It's really cool, but I would prefer a physical copy, but hey, there's a lot of text in the game. I want to be able to read it. It's only $15. I'm buying that day one, or whenever it's available. I can't wait. But that is my news, so we all know that Techno's going to PAX, but what about Clive? What kind of news you got for us?
I am not going to PAX. That's my news.
Breaking news.
I know, it's all sad. But to cheer me up, there's a new Pokemon hitting GameStop. And what I mean by that is...
He's literally hitting GameStop.
Literally,
fuck GameStop.
This is what's going to happen. This Pokemon is going to go to the store, any store, and just punch the living shit right out of GameStop.
That'd be a line for that.
That would be amazing. I would pay to see that.
But yeah, he's gonna do this until August 27th through October 6th, and this Pokemon, it's gonna be an exclusive downloadable Pokemon, kind of like one of those mystery gifts. If you bring in your Pokemon Black or Pokemon White with your DS or 3DS into this GameStop store, you can download this Pokemon to your game, and this Pokemon is called Keldeo, Keldeo. It's one of the new Pokemon, I assume, from either Black 2 or White 2. So, I'm excited, because I'm a huge Pokemon fan, so...
If it's not Charmander, I don't give a fuck.
Wow, okay.
I'm sorry, first generation or get out.
Yes.
Or second generation, too. Second generation is cool,
Too.
I like Totodile. Totodile's badass.
Well, I'm excited, and whoever else is a huge Pokemon fan, like I said, bring in your Black or White game with your DS to GameStop between August 27th and October 6th, and you can download this character, right from the store as, one of those wireless mystery gifts. So, I think that's kind of cool. I know they're doing this because Black and White 2 is coming out, so it's a nice promotion. I think it's a good idea. I'm going to capitalize it, even though it's not Charmander or Charizard.
No, need my Charmander.
Oh,
I'm sorry. You and your...
I do too. I need Charmander.
You guys are crazy.
Yeah.
But the last news story that I want to talk about, and it's not video game related, but it's something that's really kind of dear to me, really personal, something that I absolutely love. But you guys know I'm a huge superhero fan. It's no big secret. But
really?
Today,
I have no idea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Holy fuck!
It's crazy.
Since when?
Oh yeah. It's probably since, I don't know, maybe yesterday, I guess. I don't know.
Oh yeah. That's right.
But no, today is August 24th, 2012, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Well, 50 years ago, this superhero hit the comics for the very first time in Amazing Fantasy 15. And if you guys haven't guessed already...
Spider-Man!
Woo!
Damn.
50 years ago, on August 24th, 1962, Spider-Man hit comics in Amazing Fantasy 15, and Spider-Man is one of my favorite superhero characters of all time, and I just been waiting a long time for this day. This Spider-Man's 25th anniversary today. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, not whenever you're listening to this episode, but today, Friday, August 24th, 2012.
You rock! Woohoo!
That may not be a huge deal to some people, but to me and maybe other Spider-Man fans, it's a great deal. I think it's really cool. And I've seen screenshots online of Stan Lee cutting the Spider-Man cake. It's glorious cake in the shape of Spider-Man. And if you guys do not know, he co-created Spider-Man. If I would think that's common knowledge, but never know. Some people may not know.
You know what? One time I had a White Ranger cake for my birthday.
Congratulations.
It was badass. I was like, oh, dude, White Ranger, hell yeah.
Congratulations.
Talking about something awesome on his 50th anniversary, you bring up some rare Power Ranger. Alright, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. And I already told Clive I suggested it. And the next comic book series has to be like Spider-Man in a retirement home. You know, the misadventures of Spider-Man in retirement home. He's like, wait for me, Sonny. He's like all dressed up in the suit with like a walker. So it's like, will Spider-Man be able to eat this soup? I don't know. Find out on the next episode.
Find the next thrilling episode.
I'd be in line for that. Can't wait.
But like, there's been like thousands, millions of Spider-Man comics. You know, there's Amazing Spider-Man, Web of Spider-Man, Sensational Spider-Man. The newest one is Avenging Spider-Man. So Spider-Man has been around for 50 goddamn years, and I just think that's a huge accomplishment for one of the greatest superheroes, alive. You know, like I don't remember them doing this, for Superman or Batman. I don't remember anything like that, but they're doing a huge deal for Spider-Man.
Well, isn't like it a different Spider-Man? Isn't he like black now?
Yeah, well, you're thinking about the Ultimate Spider-Man, and yes, to be technical or politically correct, he's half black, half...
Oh, yeah. He's half black and what?
Half Hispanic.
Yeah, okay.
That's
so,
awesome.
but you're thinking about the Ultimate Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yeah, and his name is Miles Morales, and he's completely different from the Peter Parker Spider-Man. But I did hear that they're going to try to introduce the two characters in some way. I don't know how yet, but I'm excited if Miles Morales does meet Peter Parker. I think that would be cool. But yeah. So you are correct. There's many different versions of Spider-Man. Spider-Man's had tons of different costumes throughout the 50 years.
Ben Riley?
Yep, there's been...
Yeah.
I could go on and on about Spider-Man, but yeah, there's been Ben Riley, the Cosmic Spider-Man, there's been a Spider-Hulk, there's been the Iron Spider-Man, the Black Suit Spider-Man, the Classic Spider-Man. I could go on, and I probably should stop here, because I'm going to bore you guys. But yeah, that's my news. Well, we could talk about it later on then, just you and me.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my news. Today, 50 years ago, Spider-Man was created in issue Amazing Fantasy 15, so...
Congrats,
in 1962. Spidey. Congrats, Spidey. Happy birthday. Go get your walker.
Yes.
But yeah, that's all my news stories, so...
Woo! That wraps up news.
Yay! Walker. You guys know what time it is?
Is it question time? No.
No, it's not.
It's Clive's Spider-Man Quick Little Trivia.
Oh my god, I totally forgot about this.
Where all the questions are Spider-Man related.
Oh, what? I thought it was going to be Sega Saturn.
Alright, do you want Spider-Man questions or Sega Saturn questions?
Nah, I think I stood a better chance with Sega Saturn.
Alright, we'll do
Spider-Man.
Alright, well, he wants Spider-Man!
I said Sega Saturn because I don't know if I'm thinking about Spider-Man.
Yeah, let's do Saturn.
Alright.
Yeah, Techno picked it.
God damn it. Alright, I have to alter all these questions because
We'll do Spider-Man another time once I get to research him.
Alright. Okay, what do you guys want to say to buzz in? I'll let you guys pick. I'll let your...
Heine.
Heine? Okay, that works for me. Okay, question 1. And I'm going to put a time limit on you guys.
God
thank you.
No.
I don't have to worry about that.
Google this shit.
No, I don't! I don't Google!
Well, no, what Techno does is he buzzes in and then 10 minutes later he answers.
Okay, so if you say, or if you guys buzz in, you get 10 seconds and I'm going to count.
That's
okay?
fine.
And if you guys do not answer within 10 seconds, I'm going to go, okay? No more waiting for the 30-second crap.
Exactly. Techno-Squeek.
That sucks.
Dude, alright, the Googler's pissed.
I'm not a Googler.
Okay. Alright, question 1. The Sega Saturn was how many bits?
Heine.
Honey.
I just said it.
I think Dave said it, yeah.
Yeah. 32-bit.
You are correct, sir.
Yay.
Okay, next question. What was the only Mega Man game released in the United States?
Honey.
What is it?
8.
Wrong.
Okay, finish the question.
I'm going to finish the question.
Yeah,
That was part of the Mega Man X series.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, so Heine is it Mega Man X8?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
Can I answer again?
No, you're done.
Yes, you can, but you can't get the point.
Yeah, okay.
Honey, X4?
X4 is correct.
No.
You really got to let me finish the questions, man.
Damn it.
Alright, next question. How many Tales of games were on the Sega Saturn?
Heine.
What is it?
None.
You are correct.
I should know
I thought that would be a trick question for you.
that. Nope, I know. Yes,
Okay.
yeah, but not Saturn.
Alright, next question. The cartridge slot on the system gave the potential of a storage device for saving games to the system.
Mm-hmm.
It also had a potential for something else.
Honey,
Fuck.
What is it?
a RAM cart.
You are correct to add more RAM.
That ramming.
Yeah, stop ramming me.
And you could also, break the region lock and get around that.
Well, yeah.
You don't get the point.
I mean, I asked for it, I was just saying.
I don't care. Shut up.
Don't make me ram
Alright.
you.
I'm sorry. Alright, next question. Name all 3 Sonic the Hedgehog games on the Sega Saturn.
No.
Honey,
What is it?
Sonic R.
Yep.
Sonic 3D Blast.
Yep.
And Sonic Jam.
You are correct, sir.
I didn't know Sonic Jam. I knew that.
Sonic Jam is a collection of 1, 2, and 3.
No one cares about Sonic.
Yeah.
Man, screw you guys.
What are you yelling at me for?
I'm not.
You don't
just
wanna-
saying. I'm just
You
saying.
fucking hurt my
Whatever.
feelings.
Whatever.
Okay. Next question. How many colors did the Sega Saturn come in?
Ronnie,
What is it?
2.
Wrong.
I knew I wasn't.
Now let's specify on this. Is this just for America?
No.
Okay. Wow,
Across the
so-
globe.
Yeah, I would have thought too, but fine. I'll say Heine 3.
You are correct.
Yeah, there you go.
Fuck!
Process of elimination. What are the colors?
Color
and-
is
Like a white one?
White, and...
the original Japanese model was gray.
Oh,
Okay,
great! Oh my god!
Then U.S. got black, and Japan also got white.
Oh yeah, I remember the gray one. Okay, sweet.
Okay,
Yeah, wasn't the gray, like, the Saturn?
it was the first Japanese model.
Oh.
Okay, this one is 1 point each, so it's a multiple answer question.
Okay, I'm screwed.
Well, you don't have to get them all correct. That's what I'm saying. Okay, the cancellation in 1998 resulted in the cutting of Western release of games of 5.
Oh,
Name
God.
the last 5 games that were released on the Sega Saturn. And this is for 1 point each. What is it?
Panzer Dragoon Saga?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Burning Rangers?
Yep.
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Fuck.
Answer quickly.
I want to get into this.
You're done.
Yeah, I know. I can't.
Dan, what do you got?
I want to say Albert Ossi.
No.
No, I don't think
Dun,
it works in
dun,
the science.
dun.
Shut up. What about, I don't know. I just need Panzer Dragoon Saga.
He already said that one.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I just need
Okay.
that one.
Alright, the remaining 3 games were House of the Dead,
Oh,
Shining Force 3,
No, yeah, because it counts as
oh
Shining Force.
yeah.
and Magic Knight Rayearth.
Yeah, that damn Magic Train Radio. I was trying to think of one of the
God damn
working designs.
Okay. Next question is also a multi-answer question worth 1 point each, so you guys can catch up. Only 5 games were compatible with the North American version of the Netlink. For 1 point each, name each one of the games.
Connie. Daytona, USA.
Correct.
Fuck. I'm gonna say Bomberman.
Be more specific.
Saturn Bomberman.
Yep.
And I'm gonna say some NASCAR game. I don't know.
I'm not accepting that answer.
NASCAR 98.
No.
Okay.
Dan?
I have no clue.
I don't know.
These are screwing me so bad because I don't know like any of these. Let me see. Let me think. Sega Saturn. I have no idea. Nope, I give up.
The 3 remaining games were Duke Nukem 3D,
Oh my god.
No.
Sega Rally Plus,
Sega Rally. Yeah.
and Virtual On.
Oh yeah,
Virtual.
Virtual On.
Okay. Next question. What side-scrolling platformer featured a toy soldier named Pepper as he battled his way through levels that used pre-rendered 2D digitized sprites in a high-res 3D models?
Connie.
What is it?
Oh god. Astro.
No.
Okay.
So just Toy Soldier? Is that what you said?
Yeah, there's several clues in there. You want me to read it again?
Yeah, I didn't hear what you said in the beginning.
What side-scrolling platformer game featured a toy soldier named Pepper as he battled his way through levels
Oh my god.
that used pre-rendered 2D digitized sprites in a high-res 3D model?
Toy Soldier.
That's the clue right there.
I don't know. I'm just gonna say, I don't know, Bug?
No.
I don't know.
The answer, I would accept 2 answers. Clockwork Knight
Oh yeah, Clockwork.
or Clockwork Knight 2.
I didn't know he was a soldier.
Yeah, he's like a little wind-up toy soldier. And his weapon's like the key that you'll wind up his back. Okay, next question. Christmas Nights was a Christmas-themed game which had 2 levels in the US version of the game. How many levels were in the Japanese version?
Connie. I'm gonna say 4.
Nope.
Heine.
What?
I'm gonna say 5.
Nope.
Damn.
The answer was 2.
No. There you go.
This is a trick question.
God damn it.
I'm gonna say 100. No. Longest game ever.
Okay. Last question. This is the bonus question, and before I say this question was given to me by our friend Mega 10 Coda. So I just want to thank Mega 10 Coda for submitting the bonus question.
We should have that happen more often, like where they can choose like a bonus question or something.
You know, I sought him out because he's into the Saturn, so I asked him if he wanted to participate.
Nice.
So, and the question he's giving you guys worth 3 points. Now, Dan, you have 3. Techno, you have 6. So, Dan, you could tie this.
Hey, shut up.
And don't tie it, because I don't have a tiebreaker.
No, I'm tying this shit.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
whoa. Let's do
Mega
this.
10 Coda asks, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, King of Fighters, and Darkstalkers in Japan came with a card of RAM. How many RAMs were on that card?
Connie.
What is it?
I'm gonna say... Oh my god. I'm gonna say...
Time's running out.
1, 2, 3.
8.
Wrong.
Yep.
RAM.
I know what it is.
Alright, Dan, think carefully on this one.
How much RAM it had?
You want me to read it again?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, X-Men versus Street Fighter, King of Fighters, and Darkstalkers in Japan came with a card of RAM. Like a RAM card or whatever. How many RAMs were on that card?
I don't know why I'm thinking this number maybe because it's the typical number, but Heine, I'm going to say 512.
No.
Damn.
The answer was 4 megabytes.
Yeah.
See, that's what was throwing me off. I was thinking like RAM power and then like size.
Yeah.
Yeah, because 4 megabytes, I was kind of thinking that too because that's the actual size.
Well, Techno wins again with 6 points.
Woo!
Dan is 3.
No catch, no Sega system for the next one. You're exhausting. Like they died up to a certain point.
You know what? I think you guys are running out of systems for themes. So
you should choose a different kind of theme.
Yep, Techno. What's the theme?
I'm gonna go with platformer.
Fuck you.
No.
All right, so all Mario questions. Cool. Awesome.
I'm good with platforming. I love platformers.
All right, so the next theme is platformers.
The answer is Super Mario Brothers.
Super Mario Brothers.
So generic.
What game lets you jump on turtles and stuff?
There's probably other games.
It probably is too. I know. Techno will probably say like, "No, we did it in Sonic the Hedgehog Episode 5."
What?
The long lost episode. So it's a time where we're going to give some shout-outs. We're going to shout out some fellow people. Now, I watched these guys. I recently discovered them. They only got 2 episodes up, but it's really good. I highly suggest checking them out because I think they're maybe the next big thing for the YouTube gaming scene. That is Arcade Impossible. And it's just like one word to find it on YouTube, Arcade Impossible. And it's a show, think Game Chasers, but focus on getting arcade machines. So like episode 1, they went down and hunted a Galaga machine off some guy in Craigslist. So, they do the whole thing where like they're driving to meet up with the guy. Kind of like Game Chasers, like the production quality is insane. Like the production quality is extremely high. This isn't like no cheap show. Just really high editing. Very interesting. And the second episode they got a Asteroids cocktail arcade machine, like a tabletop machine. It's really cool. So I just, like, their episodes are really good. Like, they really do remind me of the Game Chasers, but for arcade machines. Like, I think they deserve just as much attention as the Game Chasers. Like, just the editing is there, everything is there. And they're only at, like, under 300 subscribers, actually, so I definitely think that should be way higher. Definitely check them out. Like I said, they only have 2 episodes up, but they're most likely, they just started up too, so they plan on having this be like a series and all that. And the guys have like dedicated arcade machines, like they have like a bunch of other machines too that they collected, and they're both very knowledgeable about arcade machines and all that. So it's cool to get like that different side, just, separate from just games and more arcade and get that side of it. So definitely check them out. They're called Arcade Impossible. And I believe Techno had a shout-out he would like to give as well.
Yes, I do. And that is, if you like Luke Morris's like fixing shit up videos, then you will like this guy's channel.
I love this description. Yeah.
Retro Game Tech, all one word. He does amazing videos. He like I said I also shouted him out on my channel, and like I said, he has like modded a Sega Nomad. Like he bought one of those traffic thing, like TV things for cars, and he put that in and took out the original screen on the Nomad and put that in, and it looks amazing. So yeah, go check them out, or I will break your kneecaps with my camera.
Oh, now that I did a shout out, I gotta break someone's kneecap.
Yeah,
okay.
You definitely
so if you don't check out Arcade Impossible, let's see, I'm gonna break your kneecaps with My Catherine boxer shorts. Yeah.
No!
It'll take a while. It'll take a while, but I'll get there. Trust me.
You didn't wear them, did you?
No, they're already soiled and everything. Okay.
Oh, that's even worse.
Exactly. So go check them out.
Definitely check him out, because the underwear thing, yeah, that's nasty.
So, it's that time. For the games we've been playing recently, yay! What the hell have we been playing recently? So, I'm gonna let Clive start off. Go, Clive. What the hell you've been playing?
I wasn't prepared to go first.
Exactly, that's what happens when you interrupt people.
That's what happens.
You son of a bitch. Alright. Well, last week, you guys remember I was playing Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. And, it's a great game. Like, I beat the game in its entirety, and I love Assassin's Creed games. I just love sneaking around and just killing all these different people. And the story, it was okay. You know, like, I remember last time I was saying Ezio's house was kind of like broken into and something was stolen from him. And basically the whole story was just trying to get that one particular object back. Well, it continued on with that story. Not the greatest story, but it was okay. It was more fun just jumping off rooftops, killing, you know, different Templars and stuff like that. But I did beat that game. And I immediately went right into Assassin's Creed Revelations. Now, this game, oh my god, this game was fucking awesome. The story was so much better. It actually combines Ezio with Altair from Assassin's Creed 1, and the story is just simply amazing. Basically, the story is that Desmond, he's like, you know, the modern Assassin's Creed character, and basically he's trapped inside the Animus, and his brain or mind is all fucked up because basically he's living out his past lives through his ancestors, so he doesn't know whose memories is whose and stuff like that. So basically, Desmond is reliving Ezio's memories, while Ezio is reliving Altair's memories. So it's kind of like this Matrix meets Matrix type of thing, if that makes any sense to you guys. Apparently not. But anyway, basically the whole thing is just the Ezio scenes is basically Ezio is trying to track down 5 different keys to unlock Altair's library from the original game. Now inside that library, I'm not going to say what's inside of it because, oh my god, you just got to play it for yourself. But like I said, every time Ezio gets one of these keys to unlock the tomb, Ezio relives Altair's memories. So you get to find out what happened after Assassin's Creed 1 that you wouldn't normally know if you haven't played this game. But I recommend it. Going back to the whole soundtrack thing, the soundtrack is awesome. I definitely love the kind of like eerie, kind of like metallic kind of sound of the Animus Island, and the soundtrack was so good I actually went out and bought the soundtrack. I can't wait to actually get it in, but I recommend Assassin's Creed Revelations, and oh my god, the ending was so awesome. I'm not going to give it away because I want you guys to play it. I can't wait for Assassin's Creed 3. I really can't. It's one of those endings where it's just like, you know how like they say one line like, I know what to do, or, you know, we have to do this, or, you know, I know who we have to go after. Well, something like that is said, and then it immediately goes into, like, you know, the credits of the game. So it's kind of like, oh shit, I want to know what's going to happen next. So I'm definitely excited for Assassin's Creed 3. I just want to know what the hell fucking happens, you know. The whole Assassin's Creed franchise, I just simply love. I'm a huge fan of the series. I highly recommend the whole series as a whole. But the last game I've been playing, and this one's just kind of short, I just kind of picked this up because I wanted a game that I didn't really have to think about. After playing the Assassin's Creed games, they blew me away. But I just wanted to play something that was kind of mindless, so kind of button masher. So I started playing the God of War Ghost of Sparta. that's a PSP game, but I've been playing it on the PS3 as part of that collection. Now, I don't have the game box in front of me, but is that collection in HD? Do you guys know?
I think so. I think I heard it was at least like upscaled somewhat, but then again, it's hard to upscale like PSP games. So.
Well, that's why I'm I wish I had the box in front of me, but it's across the room. I don't want to get it. But playing it on the TV, it doesn't look very it doesn't look like it's in HD. It looks like it looks like a PlayStation 2 game, and I don't know if that's just because it's not in HD and it's just a PSP game blown up to a proportion of a TV size. But it looks like it would be on the PS2, which is fine. I don't have an issue with that, but it's one of those things that just kind of caught my eye. But God of War, what can I say about it? It's it's a beat 'em up game. You button mashers, stuff like that. And playing through the game, the beginning of the game was kind of interesting, but near the end of the game, it kind of got a little, I don't want to say tedious, but it just kind of got a little okay, because the more you play the game, you get the different souls to upgrade your weapons, but by the end of the game, I was so goddamn powerful, I didn't even, I skipped the random, health chests. I just didn't need them, because I never really lost any life, because there was one particular magic spell where you create this, kind of glowing orb, and it kind of homes in on your enemies, and when it hits your enemies, it sucks life away from them and gives it to you. So, I never found myself in a position... I never died in the game, not once, except when I jumped into, a pit because of the camera angle. But I never died once in battle, so... I gotta say, it's too easy. I was playing on normal, but I just found the game way too easy near the end of the game, which is kind of a shame. But like I said, I just wanted to play something that was kind of mindless, whatever. But it's a good game. I recommend it. It's God of War. You're not going to expect anything different. It's a very short game. I beat it in 5.5, maybe 6 hours. So I beat it in maybe an afternoon. So that's all I've been playing, really. What about you, Dan?
Okay, so still been playing quite a chunk of games, even though I went back to college and been very busy. But I mentioned, I think, last week that I was playing the Arsenal Quoga, which is the third installment in the series, and I actually wound up beating it. Surprisingly, I didn't think I'd actually enjoy it as much as I did. It took about 29 hours, I would say. Not the longest game, not the longest RPG, but that's kind of how NISA RPGs tend to be. They tend to be on the shorter side, but I actually really enjoyed it. It's very fun, quirky, over the top as hell, raunchy, just so many words come to mind about it. But the battle system grew on me more and more. It's, it's not up to the quality of something like a Telltale battle system where it's real-time action. They really perfected that, to be honest, but it's still good. It's got its own little quirky flair. Nothing's more satisfying than killing enemies with a giant cake or something, or a big ass heart or something. It's just really over the top. A lot of fun. It had an interesting ending, and it does have options for replayability because there's multiple endings. And here's a big one that recently came out, Part 2 of Operation Rainfall, the last story for the Wii. I delved into this, and I'm not too far. I'm about 4.5 hours into it. I actually left off where I'm on the boat, so people will know where I'm at. I'm really enjoying that. I actually really like it a lot, and it's a nice change of pace from going from Xenoblade to the last story. Something that's long, epic as all hell, and Xenoblade, to more a concentrated story like the last story in a little bit smaller scope. It's very story driven. You're gonna notice that a lot. I would say it's about 70% story driven and then 30% action, so you'll be in some really long cutscenes. There's a lot of dialogue going out. A beautiful game though, my god, it's absolutely gorgeous on the Wii. But I'm having a lot of fun. The battle system is a bit simplistic. It feels a little bit hand-holding at times, but still packs a challenge. They introduce some features later on, like the gathering mechanic, which introduces some new little intricacies, and the slashing mechanic. And I got to a point now where I'm thankful for this because it adds a little bit more depth to the battle system, and that's being able to command your team so you can give them command tactics and stuff to do, so I really like that. That gives the battle system a lot more depth. And it has a lot of charm about it. Like, it's very customizable. You can change the colors of, like, your character's outfits. So, like, you can make him wear all hot pink if you want. Like, it's just really quirky. They have this option that I've been obsessed with it. You can buy what they call prank bananas. And basically your character has a sword and he's got, like, a crossbow, too. But, like, when you're in the city, you can buy prank bananas, and you can shoot bananas on the floor, and people will, like, trip on it and fall. Like, it's the most amazing thing ever. I've been obsessed with that. I really shouldn't be, but it's amazing. You can buy them, and I'm not even kidding, you can use them almost all the time. So, like, it's so funny. You think it's kind of ruining a moment, but, like, I'll be in some, like, nice, intimate moment with, like, the girl. It's like, starry sky. Prank banana, bam, make a fall. It's like, oh, here's this badass dude. I remember one of them was like this guy who locked us up. I'm like, we're sneaking up on him, like, look at him, think he's all badass. Prank banana, bam, fall. It's just the most amazing thing. I'm obsessed with that. And throughout the city, there's like options to like tip over like buckets of like apples, and that'll make it like everyone will fall to. So just a very charming game. Something, it's got a lot of charm for it, and the story's really interesting. And there's Go ahead.
I heard that a couple guys that did the Final Fantasy games worked on this.
Oh,
is that true?
One of the like actual directors. That's why I have so much fun.
Really? Okay.
That's why he put it on the box. I forgot what it says, but like it's on the actual game. It says it right there, like underneath the last story, like from the creators, that kind of thing. But very, very interesting game. And I was gonna say there's like a Ganondorf lookalike character in there. I swear to God, he looks like Ganondorf. Like. I think he's called like King Gurok. I shit you not. He looks exactly like him. He's got like the same skin color, that same orange hair, and he's like all big and bulky. Like I feel like they took inspiration from Ganondorf, but that's interesting. I'm really enjoying that. And it's not long too. I heard like it's maybe tops out at about 30 hours, so that's good too. Very enjoying that. And PS Endgame that I mentioned before, and I played a little more Sound Shapes. I enjoy playing that and just going through the community levels and trying to check out and find some cool new levels. Very fun. PSP music rhythm game I recently bought called DJ Max Fever Emotional Sense. And DJ Max game is actually a series that started in Japan. It's like a series of music rhythm games. And they have a wide variety of music, like from techno to hip-hop to J-pop, like to like house music. Like it's just really over the top, and basically it's like a typical music rhythm game. You have these notes that kind of scroll downwards, and you have like, you have to hit the buttons left and up and triangle, circle. It's kind of weird, but it takes some getting used to, but you just time the button presses. Very catchy music in there, very fun. And the reason I picked it up too is because I had Portable 3, the Japanese demo on there, and I used to play that a lot, so I was like, I might as well buy it, because DJ Max Fever is actually a compilation game of Portable 1 and 2, so the sound list, the track list is very long. There's a lot of music in it. And recently, actually today, I finished up what I started yesterday, and that's The Walking Dead Episode 2, and I very much enjoyed that. It gets a lot more intense than Episode 2, some really intense stuff, but
I saw you playing that.
Yeah, I'm really interested in that too. It's just intense as all hell. But I think I'm actually going to wait for the other, episodes to come out, and I'm going to wait till they do a physical release, which they are going to do.
That's what I'm waiting for.
So I figured I'd do that, because I should be able to carry over my save anyway. So, yeah, that's all I've been playing. So, Techno, what the hell you been playing?
Oh, man. Well, I finally picked back up my 3DS and played some Mighty Switch Force, a great puzzle platformer. And I played some Dreamcast, finally. I played some Sonic Adventure and some Skies of Arcadia, of course. And
Echo the Dolphin?
No. I don't have that game. What else? Oh, Soul Calibur, the first one on Dreamcast. Some Jet Ground Radio. Jet Set Radio, whatever you want to call it. And oh, Mortal Kombat. Yeah, Mortal Kombat 2 on PS3, and played some more Metal Gear Solid 4 on PS3. Oh, this is a big one. Counter-Strike Go Global Offensive came out on the 21st, this Monday, and I played the shit out of that. And I think that's it.
Nice.
Pretty nice. That CS:GO, that's on the PS3, right, too?
Yeah, it's multi-platform.
Yeah, that's
It's on PS3 and 360
Oh, really?
and PC.
Dan, I got a question for you, Dan.
Yes.
If you had a choice, if you had a choice which one to play next or first or whatever, what would you play? Tales of Vesperia or The Last Story?
It depends. What kind of RPG do you feel like you're in the mood for?
I'm in the mood for a RPG, story driven. You know, like I just want to play. I know one's like maybe 60 hours and the other one's like 25 to 30.
Yeah, well,
so I understand that, but like I don't know. I just want to play an RPG. Those are the two I have right now at the moment. So what would I get a better experience out of?
If you're looking for story-driven, I mean, because Vesperia is so long, it's not done justice if you like dabble in it and just finish it later on. You really got to commit to it. But if you commit to it, you'll find a really fine RPG there.
If I start a game, I'm gonna finish it to the end. I don't stop. I don't like doing that. So
yeah. I mean, actually, Vesperia is not that long if you're willing to put it on like easy mode. If you don't have a problem with that. Because
wait.
We
talking about Vesperia?
Yeah, it's no shit.
Oh my god! Yes!
Way to join in the conversation.
Dude, I was brain dead.
He's Googling.
No, damn it.
Vesperia.
But yeah, you need to play that game.
Well, I'm trying to see.
My question is, what would be better, that or Last Story?
Vesperia, damn it!
Dude, how can you compare? You haven't even played Last Story.
It's like
I don't care because Vesperia is amazing.
It's amazing. Even I can admit, though, it has maybe a little bit of plot holes here and there, but it's still incredible. Like, you'll fall in love with the character, and just the characters are really interesting. But what kind of battle system do you feel like you're more for? Do you just... Because there are two really different battle systems, I'll tell you.
Well, in RPGs, my favorite battle style is turn-based.
Yeah, it doesn't exist anymore.
I know that's not relevant.
You and far between.
Either one of them. But like those are my style of RPGs is turn-based battling system. Most important thing to me in RPGs are the story. So.
Well, you can't go wrong with either one. But I would say, if you really, really want a story, I would say The Last Story, but it's hard to say when I've only played one for 4 hours and the other one I put 60 hours into, so, but Vesperia on easy mode, it will only take you probably 35, 40 hours. It depends on the difficulty setting. If you play it on normal, and you might have a little bit hard time getting into the battle system, but you'll get used to it and it gets really incredible later on, but on normal, that's when it starts to take like longer and longer because the bosses become really punishing, but yeah. I would say, yeah,
Vesperia is multiplayer.
Well, to an extent.
Yeah,
if you have a buddy with you and you want to have them play with you too.
The Last Story?
No, Vesperia.
Oh, well, I don't have a buddy to play either one of them, so multiplayer is not really a concern.
I say save the best for last. I would say play The Last Story. It's shorter.
Yes.
It's shorter. It's still good. It's absolutely beautiful. I know you like Final Fantasy, so I see like the last story would be a good transition for you. Like, a lot of stuff feels very Final Fantasy-ish. It's very customizable. It's maybe a little bit on the easy side, which is maybe my only complaint so far, but it's heavily, heavily story-driven. Like I said, it's like 70% story. You're going to be watching long cutscenes, but they're really gorgeous and mostly entertaining for the most part. But in the battle sequences, when you get into them, are quite fun, but few and far between. So yeah, I think you like Final Fantasy. I think the last story is a good fit to play next.
Okay. I think I'll kind of start that tomorrow then.
Yeah.
I just couldn't decide which one I should play first. So.
The characters are very likable too. From what I played in the last story, I'm falling in love with them. I'm falling in love with the British voice acting too. I don't know what it is, but I love the British voice acting.
It has British voice acting again?
Yeah, because they didn't change it. Remember, it's localized for Europe, but we just had to wait over here for America.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. All right. Well, I didn't have a problem with the British voice acting in Xenoblade, so...
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll play Last Story then.
Good choice. Saving the best for last.
Well, I don't know when I'll play that one, but...
Yeah.
I get so many games in my backlog, though, so...
Well, tell me about it. I have, like... Not even kidding, like, I'd collect RPGs, and it's just a nasty habit. I probably have, I would say right now, over 50 plus RPGs to play. And, like, I collect RPGs, and it's my main goal, but am I going to get to all of them? No, I like to dabble in RPGs here and there and see if, like, I can want to commit to them, but it's very fun. I don't know which one I'm going to delve into next, because I picked up Magna Carta 2, which I'm really interested on the 360. Then for the PS3, I should have White Knight Chronicles coming to me. And then DS, I got like a shit ton of games I need to play. PSP, I still haven't played Grow Lancer, which I want to play. Yeah, I'm overwhelmed.
Cool.
But you know what that means, guys?
What?
That wraps up episode 50.
No! That sucks, man. I was having fun.
We're over the hill.
Aw, alright. God damn it. You sure we can't do like another,
10
8 hours?
Marathon.
8 hours.
That was episode 50.
Oh, fine. We'll end it. God damn it. Alright. Alright, guys. Well, that was episode 50, like Dan said, so...
Yeah, but before we go, just a little announcement.
Oh, right, that's right. I totally forgot it. Sorry.
Yeah, so... Techno, like you heard before, is going to PAX. And PAX is the next weekend, weekend of August, what is it, 31st? That weekend, yeah, whatever that weekend is. So, we're not going to be doing an episode that week, but what we're going to try to do is, me and Cliva, since Techno will be away, are going to try and do a little bit of testing for possibly do a live show. I know you're thinking like, well, you should have done one for 50 or something, but no. We're trying to go for episode 52 to be a live show, because in podcast years, 52 is like the mark. If you do it on a weekly basis, that's a 1-year anniversary. So that's a big one. So we're going to try for that. If we could do it live, we'll definitely do it.
Yeah.
We'll let you know. We'll let you know for sure on episode 51, because we would have tested by then.
So, blame Techno, because we're missing next week.
Yeah. Secretly, we're just going to record episodes.
Yeah, we'll do episode 51 next week without him.
We can't wait.
But yeah, out next week. We'll do testing. So when's the live episode going to be if we actually do it?
It would be September 14th on a Friday, which is good. So it'd probably be at, I guess, 10 Eastern. Is that when we...
Yeah, it'll be 10 Eastern time. I think it'll be, 8 o'clock?
9 Central, 8
9 Central.
Mountain, 7 Pacific.
Okay. Well, as we get closer to the date, we'll make an announcement, maybe do a YouTube video or something like that, so...
Yes. But yeah.
Techno likes making YouTube videos.
No, yeah. So,
even though he doesn't do any of them naked.
Disappointing.
Fuck.
You know what, Techno, when you did your little Game Boy Advance video, I seriously thought you were naked in that video until,
You want to know something?
No.
Sure.
I was in my boxers.
You know what, is that what that round shape was that kind of filled the screen, every now and then? That's what I thought it was.
Oh
Nothing
my
but quality
God.
from Techno. If you want quality videos, I shit you not, go to Techno. I'm talking like HD 1260p, super high editing. Like, it's through the roof. It's beyond me. So check out TechnoSqueek. That's my shout out.
TechnoSqueek in his boxers in HD.
But yeah, that was episode 50. Yay! And Jason Heine's out here, so we like once again, Heine,
Yeah, so,
thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Jason.
It was a great time talking. No, he's a very busy man, but yes, we'll catch you guys later. I guess I want to say bye.
Bye.
Bye. I'll miss you.
Bye. I love
Techno's
you,
going to
Techno.
Tampax. Yeah.
Tampax.
Bring me back some tampons.